Hello fans of Fate, my name is Stan and I am about to begin my journey with the Fate series, starting with Fate Stay Night 2006. Now before we start, I want to make a few disclaimers. One, I will be watching in the English dub, and if you have a problem with that, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna ignore every single comment or every single complaint I should say regarding this matter. You feel free to comment your complaints and argue in the comments, though. I'm just gonna ignore them. I'm not gonna ban you, I'm not gonna censor you, but yeah, I just wanted to make that disclaimer. Two, I'm allowed to miss details when watching this anime. I'm allowed to be human, basically. I'm not a machine. I can't just get everything that's in the anime. I can't understand or regurgitate every single information, every single detail that happens at every single second of the anime. And I'm willing to bet that you guys have probably missed a lot of details the first time you watched not just Fate, but like any anime in general. And you might not have caught that detail unless you watched it for the second time or watched a reaction like what you're doing right now. And so I'm allowed to I'm allowed to miss a few details when watching the anime. I'm gonna try my best to pay attention and basically do my best not to miss anything or not to miss anything important right during some key moments. And so during that time I might not talk a lot, but yeah, I'm just letting you guys know. And finally, 3 spoilers will just not be tolerated at all. You guys are going to be banned without any warning. If you have to ask yourself whether something is a spoiler, whether your comment is going to be a spoiler, it's going to be a spoiler. Just don't comment it. I would rather you not risk that, because I do want to comment with you guys, and I do want to, I want this to be like a community, and I don't want you guys to be banned. And so if you have to question whether something is a spoiler, just don't comment that. Hyping up is fine. Minor spoilers, it depends on a case to case basis, and ultimately it's just going to be up to me whether I think that's a spoiler. And so that's why I'm asking you guys, if you have to think, just don't. But again, hyping up, totally fine. I'm totally fine with hyping up episodes, hyping up the next anime. That's all fine. And yeah, if you're here to just have fun and see my genuine reaction to this, I'm not going to overreact or anything. If you're just here for my genuine reaction, yeah, I welcome you. And without any further ado, let's start with episode 1. This is called The First Day, very fitting for a first episode. And yeah, I hope you enjoy my reaction. By the way, this is the Blu-ray version. I have gone ahead and downloaded it, so yeah, this is not that it's gonna make a difference, because this was in 2006, but if that makes any difference, if there's like extra scenes or something in the Blu-ray version, because usually Blu-ray versions do have some subtle differences compared to the original, and it's also the best quality. So yeah, let's start. English dub and subs on, yes. Okay. Fuyuki City. So, Japan? This does not look bad. It is interesting though. Is that Gilgamesh? That's Saber, right? The voice acting is good. Usually when you have usually when you have people screaming or fight sounds, fight screams, it doesn't really sound good in dubs, but this one did an amazing job.
The time has come again for this
10 years later
to assemble and resume the quest. Deploy a servant from one of the 7 classes. Together they will
employ a servant.
Thy flesh under my command, and your desire to comply.
Completely new characters to me, by the way.
I possess the virtue.
Don't know who these are.
And I offer before you my.
It's good voice acting though. Very good voice acting. So a summoning ritual. Is that Rin?
Come forth to me.
I think it might be. Yeah, I think that's Rin. Rin Tosaka, right?
I had to have drawn the most powerful card. I know it.
Okay.
What was that?
I just want to say, like, the art style isn't that bad. It's actually pretty good. It's so much better than like, or let's put it this way, the art style is like from 2006, right? But like the animation itself is pretty good. Like, what I mean by that is like the movement and stuff.
Fantastic. It's just my luck.
Okay, no, so this one,
I've been drawn by a peculiar little master.
I love his voice. But was this the guy in the first scene that we saw? Because I thought that was Gilgamesh in the first scene. What did you say?
Drawn by a peculiar little master.
Okay, so he's the summon. Yeah, I'll skip the openings because I've already seen the openings. Go ahead and check out my reaction to that if you want. Usually, if an opening is good, I will like watch it. Like, I'm not gonna skip it, but like if it's not really that interesting, then I'll usually just skip it. Yeah, so this was before, right? That's Shiro, I believe. Shiro, I think. Also, when is this? So I'm guessing this is right after that first scene. Have no idea who that is. The only characters I know: Shiro, Gilgamesh, Rin, and I think Saber, right?
One person walked away from this alive.
Emiya-senpai?
Sorry about this. Give me a sec. Why is this here? It's my extension, but for some reason it's staying there.
Oh, Sakura. Good morning.
Good morning,
Sakura.
senpai.
Are we late?
No, don't worry.
I guess I must have conked out while I was trying to fix this guy. Sorry.
Type Moon.
Apologize, you do too much as
Type Moon is like the
sleep in
creators, right?
for a while.
Of Fate.
It makes me feel like I'm looking after you a little better.
If she caught me looking like this, she'd probably clobber me.
Is this in school?
It's one of my favorite spots here. It started when I was a kid. I'd sneak away from my dad and come here. If she caught me looking.
Just were especially
I think it is in school because she is wearing her uniform.
Fujimura due to arrive here any second.
It's a good point. It's basically been my hangout ever since.
Also, the audio might sound a little different to you guys.
He died 5 years ago.
Name is
My dad's name is Kiritsugu Emiya.
Emiya.
Died 5 years ago.
That was the guy we saw in that one
Samurai
scene.
Compound.
The
He was
flashback.
with their living relatives.
Okay, so it's not in school.
Complicated stuff. This friend of my dad's,
It's at home.
Fujimura, stepped in to help me out. For me.
Shiro! Hurry up already!
Who's that?
The person doing all the
Sibling?
shouting you hear is his granddaughter.
Never mind.
Well, she's another one of Dad's friends.
Okay.
Sakura, don't spoil Shiro like this.
Okay.
To it.
So she's kind of like a guardian, let's say.
I promised your father that I'd look after you like my own son and see that you grew into
Yeah, so basically a guardian.
I didn't come and check on you every day. What?
You
Or, you know, like stepmother.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be so late! I still have test to grade!
Very, very 2006 feeling, like vibe.
Today.
seems the same to me.
She's Fujimura, right? The woman we just saw. Again, it's going to take me time too. So one more thing I need you guys to know is I'm very bad with names. So it's going to take a while for me to remember like names. I can think of like, I have the image in my head, the face is in my head, and I know who I'm talking about. It's just the name that's attached to that face. It's like I don't know if it's a problem, but like it's a problem that I have. It's just remembering names. So that's going to take a while for me to remember.
Having so many gas leaks lately.
Especially if they are like minor characters, like I just cannot. And it's not just for anime, it's like everywhere.
She's his kid sister. When I got hurt about a year ago, she started coming.
I just wanted you guys to know it's not because I don't want to remember their names.
But she never stopped coming by to help out. She's his kid sister. When I got hurt about a year ago, she started coming over and cooking for me.
So, childhood friend.
Eventually I got better, but she never stopped coming by to help out.
I want to make something clear. The childhood friend is never going to win. I'm just saying, I'm just going to put that out there right now. Just in case, you know. Like the childhood friend, she has no chance.
Sure, anytime.
Academic clubs at this school are on the bottom of the funding list. Do you think you can fix it?
Yeah, it's probably a short in the electrical system.
Right, he's like a handyman or something, right?
Swap it out.
You're a man capable in mind, body, and soul.
Student council, huh?
I'm gonna need to really focus in order to fix this. You mind leaving the room for a little bit?
Ah, delicate procedure. No problem. I'll get out of your hair.
No, there's something more to that. Yeah, I feel like there's something more to
A
that.
delicate procedure.
Magic.
However,
Magic. I knew it. Okay. Magic or magecraft. Whatever it was. No. So in that video, it was like magic was... Okay, true magic is like superior, right? So this might be like a... Like magecraft or something.
he said being able to intuitively comprehend the makeup of an object is a pretty impressive talent. But
But...
when it comes to being a magus, I've got close to no talent at all.
Magus. Like a mage?
Done, he say? Well,
I'm guessing it's just another word for mage.
now.
Oh, right.
Like this world's or this anime's version of mage.
For your help.
Rin. So are they gonna be like enemies or something? Also, she has a different uniform. Yeah, she's not wearing the same uniform, so...
Don't tell me you're after Tosaka as well.
What do you mean after? Why would I like a girl like that?
Let's see, she's in the 11th.
Okay, no, that was just a jacket.
Nice body and a great mind. And if you ask every guy who he'd like to go out with if he had a choice, he'd say Rin Tosaka. Every guy except me.
Oh. Why?
Why not?
Do they have like history or something?
I don't know, it's not just one.
Okay, no, it's probably intuition or something.
It just doesn't seem...
So far, so good. Like, I have no complaints, even with the art style. Like, it is pretty good, but it is like kind of empty. Like, look at this. Have you ever seen something so empty? This looks like it's floating, like in the air, in the sky. Look at that. That looks terrible.
Just pretend you're not late. Just pretend you're not late. Just pretend you're not late. Morning, everyone.
The animation itself, though, is very, very well done. They knew what they were doing with this angle.
Good idea. All together?
Class time, Tiger! My name is a Tiger!
Miss Tiger, the archery club never finishes by 6.
Mr. Goto, if you call me by my first name one more time, it's really going to make me mad!
So this might be just me, but like in the schools that I was that I was in, right? Like we never called our teachers with their last name. Like we never said Mr. and Mrs. It was just straight up their first name. No, actually it was like, let's say Anju, right? Like Anju is like a pretty common Indian name. But like we used to say like Anju ma'am. Like that's how we used to call our teachers, not with their surname. Surname would be like extremely, extremely rude. Basically calling them by their first name would mean that we are their, we're their superior. You know what I mean? Like it's only the supervisors that would call the teachers Miss and Mr. or Mrs. and so on. But like the students just never call them by their last name.
I'll see you all again in third period.
But I guess like in Japan, Eastern countries, Western countries, it's all different. It's the opposite.
Will someone lead us in the class bow?
Archer, have you been able to detect the presence of other servants?
Right.
Must I remind you of my class?
So can
Sorry, but I don't have the power to detect enemies far off.
no one else see him?
Right. It's
Or
only the caster class who
is he
has
just
the ability
hidden?
to detect enemies long before they approach. Let's find out for ourselves what's going on
The
out there.
caster class. In case you didn't know, I use a British or Indian accent, let's say,
You don't mind, do you?
rather than the American
Your
accent.
lunch. Why is it so bland? Is there
Tea. I have my tea right here.
Did you happen to hear about the incident on 2nd Avenue this morning?
I just heard the sirens.
Right,
What's
those.
it all about?
I don't know all the details, but it sounds like it may have been a robbery.
Was it? Oh, never mind.
Family of 4.
I was gonna say, was it Rin? But robbery, like no.
They believe it was some kind of long blade.
It might. Yeah, I was gonna say it might be like one of the summons or something.
I think it may have been something like a katana or bayonet. First we have gas leaks plaguing the city, and now we have
Gas
random
leaks.
homicides. It does seem to make sense. What's wrong?
Why'd you waste your
She's
food?
still running loose out there.
No.
That was unnecessary. Very, very unnecessary. I just don't like when people waste food.
Emiya.
Like that is such a waste.
Don't worry, I'm all right. The least they could do is plant some grass here or something. It's just a waste.
Yeah, everything looks dead. I feel like the school looks more dead than that place that he was just at. Yeah, this place. The park, I guess.
Oh no, Dad.
Like the school itself looks more empty.
When you save one life, you're generally not able to save another.
That's not always true.
I'm old enough now to get what he was trying to say.
But like, our rules don't apply to this, right? So
I mean, sometimes when something terrible happens, it's true that you can only save a handful of people, no matter
that's
how
his
hard you
job,
try.
right?
But that doesn't mean it's okay.
And he sure is a hard worker, isn't he?
So he works at a bar, or like yeah, that looks like a bar, not a liquor store.
Favor, and I guarantee you he'll do it.
I know this voice actress. Who is it from? Where is it from? I just know it. I know that voice.
Heck of a good kid.
Guess that's one way to describe him.
Oh, a sword? Don't know who that is.
Gas leaks, robberies, and homicides. I guess it's no surprise.
So do the police like know about this? Like, do the cops know about this, or by that I mean, do the cops or the cops or the government, I mean to say, like, is there general knowledge about like summons and casters and stuff? I've seen her in like thumbnails and stuff, but I don't know who she is.
You'd better hurry up and summon someone, mister, or you're gonna die. Wait, you're still a student, you know?
It's not like I was out partying. I had to work late.
God, that looks so good.
Or someone else's, too.
If it ends up helping someone else out, who cares?
I don't know if you're a do-gooder or just stupidly naive. In grade school, he wrote this essay titled, "When I Grow Up, I'm Going to Be a Champion of Justice."
That sounds nice.
That's so impressive. It's cute coming from a kid, but when someone's near
Yeah, when they grow up.
it's just plain weird. I try to tell him, but he just won't hear.
I mean, the thing is, he knows more, right? Like, he knows about magic and stuff, so it doesn't sound weird to him. But yeah, to someone who doesn't know anything about this, it is kind of weird.
You gonna tell us what you've been hiding back there all night?
Oh, these? Ta-da! What do you think?
What?
This would be an excellent...
Don't I have subs on? Why is it not translated? Unless...
What do you think? This
Yeah, they haven't translated that
would be an excellent
in the sub either.
for you. Hey!
I'm not into this crap. So, forget it.
Jeez. Got bonked.
I don't think that's what saved you. You stuck inside that poster.
Oops, my bad. This one cost a little extra. It's made from sheet metal.
Sheet
Metal.
Senpai, are you alright?
So far, so good.
Good night.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
It looks incredible. I thought they lived in the same home,
Hey, ready, Sakura?
but I guess not. Yeah, I thought they all lived under the same house. What are you up to?
My dad dropped something on the blue once.
Shiro, you need to know that I'm a mage.
Right.
He was telling the truth. He was born with this power and spent his life studying
Whoa.
arts, believing that somehow this magic made up the very fabric of our world.
For some reason, that looks like some time stuff.
To me,
Like time magic or something.
kind of a hero. I, on the other hand, am not a mage. I don't have those kinds of talents. I don't even have a Maga seal that marks you as one. But there
How's
is
he
one thing I can do that is kind of like magic.
Magecraft?
So I'm hoping, if I
Right.
can master this one thing, then someday I might be more like him.
That's what it is, right?
Magic is a power that gives rise to conflict. For that very reason, you must never use
Conflict is all about... Fate is all about conflict.
properly control it. You must
This
learn
whole series.
constantly. Magic should never be used for your own benefit. It should only be used to help others.
Of course.
I wonder if he's going to change that kind of... like, if he's going to change that mentality. If he's going to use magic for himself.
So I made a
Eventually,
promise
that is.
someday I'd save lives, just like he saved mine.
Kind of like character development, you know what I mean?
What's right. And I will never forget the
Like he's going to use it for selfish reasons. Oh,
So,
is that a magic circle? Like a summoning circle or something?
You're right, it's a great spot. If we'd come here first, we could have completely avoided our trip through the city.
but all you can see from
But for example,
Jeez.
I can tell you exactly
That far away?
I can sense that you are an excellent master.
Is she flying or is he carrying her?
Though I can only assume these
I don't know from this angle.
I can't have you gaping in awe.
No, I think she is flying.
Thing that's about to happen in this.
No, okay, no. Yeah, he's holding her.
I'm relieved to hear you say that, Rin.
Okay, that was a pretty good first episode. Jeez, I was not expecting to be impressed by that. Like, I thought it was going to be like blurry and like really bad quality. But like, so far everything was good. The only complaint that I have is it does seem, you know, like low budget, let's say, in some areas. It's like inconsistent, right? The animation looks good. Like the movement of the characters and the character designs also look good. I don't have any complaints about the art style, even though it looks dated. I don't have any complaints about it because it doesn't look bad, let's say. But the only complaint that I have is some of the art, like the sceneries, the environment, the backgrounds, like the school that I pointed out, right? That looks extremely weird. Like it looks so empty. It looked like it was floating in the sky. That's my only complaint I would say about this. Apart from that, like the voice acting looks good. I mean, sounds good, I should say. The voice acting sounds good. Music is, I mean, it's there. There's nothing insane about it. Apart from that, yeah, like I said, no other complaints. My only biggest complaint was the environment. But yeah, I don't have any other complaints. Let's move on to the next episode, which is Fateful Night. And I see Saber in this one. Let's check that out. By the way, I don't know how many episodes I'm gonna watch. I will see if there's a good stopping point. Maybe in episode 4. I'm hoping episode 4 has a good stopping point. But if not, then I'll see how far I can go. Let's see. Episode 2. Oh, this one's rated 8 rather than 6. Like the episode is rated at 8. That's the same fight. Why does it keep changing? Can I default to English, please? Okay, this is like a recap.
There's one thing
like a mini recap.
When you save one life, you're generally not able to save another.
Okay, here we go.
I must be going. You know.
Is that Rin? Like baby Rin? Younger Rin?
I don't.
It looks. Yeah, it is. Okay.
But I did.
That's her voice.
I knew that chances were I'd never see him again. A war had begun.
Is she from like a rich family?
Not the kind that's fought between countries, but the
because
one
it sure looks like a mansion.
The Holy Grail will reappear, and as
Oh, the summoning. Okay. Wait, was that in her house? In her mansion? I think it was. Okay. It was in a mansion.
After all that, I wasn't able to summon Saber. I've spent the last 10 years trying to perfect that summons. I wanted to call the strongest servant there is.
So Saber is the strongest servant, or summon, let's say. I'm gonna say servant from now on.
You need to let this go.
It's just that I'm disappointed in myself for not obtaining what I wanted. You do know how to make tea.
Shiro's gonna summon Saber, right? I think that's what's gonna happen.
Archer isn't your name. It's just the class that you're from, correct?
Oh, wait, so someone did mention this before in the comments, but Saber isn't Saber's name. Saber is like the class name. So what is... I only know her as Saber.
As your master, I think it's essential to know as much about you as possible.
Do they not have names?
Knowing which country you hail from and which particular epic spirit. Is it even conceivable for a servant to not remember his own identity?
I don't know. I just know that
I love his
still
voice.
a bit jumbled.
Really? You think my inability to summon the servant of my choice messed with your ability to know your own name?
But don't worry, I don't seem to be missing anything important. It'll be fine.
Apart from your name.
I don't know who
like your name is important.
There's only one thing I can say to counter that.
And that is?
That you are an excellent master, Rin.
Oh.
With both command spells and sheer power, I'm sure you're the strongest candidate. And as the servant summoned by such a master, how can I be anything less than the most powerful of my ranking?
Oh.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
Is he like buffing himself up?
Now then.
I hope we do find out who he
Have
is.
to be chosen for the wars to begin. And once that's done, the master...
Like calling him Archer is gonna feel weird.
7 masters have to be chosen for the wars to begin.
7
The
masters.
masters can summon their servants.
7 masters, 7 classes, maybe? Like 7, 7 classes. Interesting that they chose 7 as the number. Because 7 has like a lot of symbolisms in many cultures.
Listen, if you're jealous that I've got a free lunch and you don't, just swing by the archery club during lunch break. I'll be more than happy to share it with you.
Hey, Sakura.
They seem like a nice family.
I really appreciate you coming over.
Now this is gonna sound weird. I don't know if she classifies as like the childhood friend or if she classifies as like the sibling, you know. So
to help out.
Just had to say that. So I guess for now, I'm just gonna keep quiet on that matter.
But I'm not really passing up anything. I don't feel the need to go
Just so it doesn't get too weird.
If I wanted to meet someone...
I mean, she is blushing.
Do it.
All right.
So,
put yourself out on my account.
Maybe I was right in episode 1.
Oh, look at your hand. It's bleeding.
You're right. I wonder how I did that.
Must
have done it messing around with that junk last night. Relax. This is
bleeding that much?
It doesn't hurt at all, I promise. I'm gonna be fine.
I'm sorry, but like if I was bleeding out of nowhere and I don't know where I'm bleeding from, like I would search all over my body for where it's bleeding from, where I'm bleeding from.
Morning, Emiya.
Like geez, I wouldn't just let it go.
Huge favor and keep an eye on Shinji for me.
Shinji? So what's he up to this time?
Well, he's just kind of out of control lately.
Shinji is...
I take my eye off him for 1 second and he acts like...
Okay, no, I thought Shinji was the guy we saw earlier. Like president, right? Of the council.
I'm the team captain. I'm doing a dozen things at once.
This is something else I found weird, like the removing or changing shoes within school.
I can't be
I never knew what that's all about.
And whenever I try and have a talk with him about anything, that little jerk just goes and gives me the slip. From what I heard, Tosaka took all that pride he had and smashed it into a million little pieces.
I can see her doing that. I mean, from what we've seen so far, she doesn't seem interested in anyone.
Sakura's big brother.
Why the hell do you care now? Tell you what, though, now that I'm vice captain,
seems like your average bully.
Wins.
That's great.
Well, unlike you, I don't get into that blue-collar labor stuff.
Yeah, definitely seems like a bully. Like bully filled with pride. Not again. She's clumsy as hell. So where's Archer at this time?
Archer, you feel it?
I do.
Oh.
This enemy has to be
Where is he?
Their presence is so strong I've felt him now for a while.
Yes.
I think she's talking about Shiro.
It seems more like he's just biding his time, waiting for an opportunity.
Yeah, seems like Shiro.
Well, if that's how it is, we should let the
That might have been the bleeding.
come to us.
Yeah, that might have been the bleeding that we saw earlier. Like, I mean, what I mean to say is like that has something to do with this, with them realizing that there's someone else now.
Too bad. Issei, why don't
Issei, okay.
run to my locker and get my toolbox for
That's what his name was,
Does
Issei.
this mean I might still be able to pump some life into it? You're a good man, Emiya.
Isn't Issei the name? The name of the of High School DxD's protagonist, like main character. I'm pretty sure it's Issei. I don't know why that came to mind. Okay, look, I know I said that I don't remember names very easily, but you have to consider that Issei's name was literally moaned and screamed by like so many beautiful women in High School DxD, and after hearing that name that many times in such incredible ways, it's kind of impossible not to know his name. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that, and if you guys are enjoying this, please leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. And with that said, let's get back to the video.
Must be nice to have
What do you want?
Well, we've got a little favor we want you to do for us.
But Miss Fujimura told you.
Wait, what? What?
Cleaning favor we want you to do for us. See, the archery dojo is in serious need of a cleaning right now.
Oh, cleaning.
I'd do it if I had the time, but I'm just swamped.
Please don't say
Helping
yes.
a guy out and taking care of that for me.
Don't be a wimp.
But Miss Fujimura.
And he's gonna accept it.
No problem at all. I had nothing for
I wouldn't.
Settled.
Like, I just wouldn't.
Ladies.
Are you sure?
You know what I'd do? I would say yes and I would not do it.
It's alright.
So he'd be in trouble.
Totally fine.
Wow, you're kidding.
I cannot stand people like them.
Careful, he can hear you.
Well,
Come on, Shiro, don't do it.
may as well do it right.
I have a bad feeling like he's gonna get attacked. She's still here.
Guess he was waiting for sunset.
No, this is all just a big misunderstanding. I mean, he's not gonna die, obviously. Wait, was it not Shiro?
Wouldn't your little friend agree?
I thought it was Shiro.
I can see you, Archer. I knew it. He's a
Okay, so Archer is there, but they cannot see him. Or normal, regular people cannot see him.
Archer! I'll leave the landing to you!
Oh. Oh right, he can fly. Yeah.
The weapon he's using is a lance. We've got to find some place where we can have the advantage on him.
A lance, so like a wide place or
You catch on
a
quick.
place with trees. Yeah, like a place with a lot of trees,
Now this servant of yours doesn't look like
so that they don't have much place to move their lance, their
makes him an
spear.
archer servant.
Just a thought.
That's how we've crossed each other's paths. Now this servant of yours doesn't look like the type who's into close quarter combat.
Yeah.
Which I assume makes him an archer servant.
So whose servant is he?
I've been ready to fight for a long time.
So what's the role of...
So
That's not an archer. What the heck? That is not the weapon of an archer.
Holy Bowman likes to think he's a knight, does he?
What was that?
Oh.
Was that here on campus?
So was it actually not Shiro? He can see Archer. Oh, okay, wait. So is it like Archer can control if he can be seen or not? Because before he was like invisible, right? But like now he made himself visible so that everyone can see him. Is that how it works?
Just where the hell are you from? I've never heard of an archer wielding a couple of swords before.
Me neither.
Who you were immediately. There's no one
Oh.
who can wield a lance like you.
Who is that?
It was a murder. But what's odd is that the weapon they used was some kind of
Long blade. So like a lance.
Who's there?
This is bad. The school was supposed to be completely cleared out.
Pretty good animation. Is she gonna protect him? Or just, you know, like collateral damage or something?
Yeah.
Jeez.
You can't escape. You have to die. You know what they say.
He's not dead. I mean, that much is obvious, but... How is he gonna survive? He's gonna summon someone. Is he gonna summon... So is he gonna summon the one, like the Russian-looking girl? The one with like the coat and the... I don't know what you call that, but you know who I'm talking about. The one who he saw in that street.
It's my fault. It's my fault he's dead. I told myself there were going to be casualties.
Interesting.
I thought I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, I thought she'd be okay with it also. Like, I thought she'd just be like, oh, it's collateral damage. But
I
no.
want you to go after Lancer.
He's not dead. He's alive.
I'm sorry. The least I can do is sit with you while you die.
Huh?
No, it's you. You're kidding. Why did it have to...
Wait, what?
You?
Do they know each other? No, because Shiro didn't know Rin when he saw her the first time, right? I think that was the first time. It seemed like he did not know her, but she knows him, even though she passed by him and didn't react in episode 1.
I'm sorry, Father.
Like, she did not react when she saw him.
I'm afraid you have an irresponsible little girl for a daughter.
She gonna resurrect him?
Reproduce and replace all damaged organs, including...
Oh.
Promise to you, Dad. I haven't forgotten.
Okay. Just save and dip. Okay, that's dried blood.
I'm alive.
Interesting. Right, he's late. So they left, I'm guessing.
Were those two guys?
Probably left some food for him.
He stabbed me through the heart. I had to have died. But
Did he not take the necklace?
they brought me back to life.
There was a necklace beside him, right?
I'm afraid not. I could only deduce that Lancer's master is not on this side of the river. I can't believe you squandered a precious jewel just to save a witness.
That choice is mine. I still have plenty of those.
Why?
There's no need for me to be stingy with them.
It's why you did it that actually...
Yeah, me too.
It's imperative that outsiders don't see this battle. He immediately prioritized killing the witness over finishing...
I saw that in episode 1. What was that? He's gonna summon someone.
Time before Lancer realizes the witness is still alive.
He's summoning someone right now.
It's him again.
How do you know that?
I gotta find a weapon.
Yeah, that's...
Keeps getting worse.
Yeah, that's totally gonna save you.
I guess if I've hit bottom. All right. I'm ready.
And you're not.
Painless way to die. But now
I have a feeling someone's gonna save him.
twice in one
Like his summon or something.
You're dead for good.
The one that we saw in that
Well, this is a surprise. It makes sense. At least it explains why you're still breathing after
he's not bleeding.
There's a faint sense of magical power coming from you.
Right, I was gonna say, like the summoning circle, like below, right? It looked like it was activating or something. So I feel like
that by doing this,
someone is gonna save him, and he can phase through. Okay, makes sense. Okay, no, it was in the storage place, right? Not the basement. I have a very strong feeling it's gonna be Saber. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. I don't know why it's activating now of all times, but oh, the mark on his hand. Doesn't Rin also have one on her hand?
Give up, kid.
No!
Oh, it broke?
Kid.
No!
Okay, yeah. The animation on that was weird, but he broke the pipe.
It's quite possible that you were the seventh.
The seventh?
Seventh, yeah. Magi.
At this point, you don't need to know.
Whatever they called it earlier.
No way. I just got a second chance to live. There's no way he's gonna...
So does he not know that
Much better cause than this.
like does he not know that he can summon? But no, why would he draw that then? Because it was drawn on the floor, right?
More in me.
Like the summoner circle. There it is.
What is that?
Is she gonna be jealous? Because this has to be... Yep, that is Saber, without a doubt. Is she gonna be jealous? Like, is Rin gonna be jealous that he summoned the servant that she wanted?
I am Saber, your servant.
I know that voice.
Response to your summons. And you are my master, correct?
I don't know why, but I just couldn't speak. I was in awe of the overwhelming beauty beaming from this girl standing before me.
She is pretty. Yeah, I will agree. I really want to see how Rin reacts to him summoning Saber. But apart from that, still I do have some questions. Like I have questions about how was he saved? Why did Rin save him? And who's the master of Lance? Let's call him Lance for now. Oh, you know what? It could be the chick that we saw in episode 1, the one with the coat, right? It could be her because she's the only other one that we saw right now, like the only other, like, let's say, interesting character that we saw. So it could be her. Apart from that, I don't have any other I don't have any other thoughts. Animation wise, yeah, I would say it's pretty similar in terms of animation to episode 1. Still low budget feel, like it still has that low budget feel, like very, like it's not fluid animation, right? Like a PowerPoint presentation, especially with the fight scenes. But again, 2006, like I'm not going to complain too much about it. Anyway, those are my thoughts on episode 2. I just have I still have a few questions, but aside from that, I don't have any major complaints about this. Let's watch episode 3. I might stop with episode 3 unless it stops on a cliffhanger. If it stops on a cliffhanger, I'll watch episode 4 and then I'll stop.
I am Saber, your servant. I have come in response to your summons.
I'm gonna check who the voice actress is for Saber later, because it sounds very, very similar.
What? You're
familiar, I should say, not similar. Familiar.
Me, and as a Saber, I heeded your call. Your orders, Master. From now on, whatever fate awaits you awaits.
Did the other guy?
With us has now been struck.
Did the other guy run away?
Hey!
Or I guess he might have run away. Ran away. No, he is out there. Okay. This one's better than episode 2 in terms of like fight animation.
It's invisible.
Oh.
What are you, a coward? Why don't you stop hiding behind that weapon and reveal it?
An invisible weapon. Probably a sword, right? Like Saber is a type of a sword.
Quit now and you'll disgrace your own kind. If you won't come to me, then I'll come to you.
Let me.
Okay, so they don't go by names, but they go by Archer, Lancer, and Saber. So I'm guessing those are like their, like their names.
Get real, Saber.
I mean, isn't it obvious by the name?
Just our first.
I always finish what I start.
My only objective tonight was to gather information. I had no
okay. Oh. Interesting.
Was that a hex? No, perhaps a cause-effect reversal.
So, you dodged my gay bulge's fatal blow.
My what?
So, you dodged my gay bulge's
My gay what?
fatal blow.
What did you say?
Don't know what that said.
Could it be that you were...
Wait. Can I see what that said?
You dodged my gay bulge's...
My... Oh, gay bulger. Don't know what that means. It's probably another language.
The tip of that spear, the gay bulge is enchanted to breach any defense.
The gay bulge.
Targets its enemy's heart, and that spear is only handled by the Hound of Kulan.
I hate that. Every time I use that attack, I...
So is that his name? The Hound, or title, let's say.
There is such a
the Hound of... What was it, Gulan?
Unfortunately, my employer's a bit of a coward. I was given explicit orders to head back if my attacks failed.
It might not be the girl that we saw earlier then.
Just who the heck are you?
So he doesn't know about servants?
As I recall, you were the one who summoned me, so you should know all too well why I'm here.
Saber's servant?
Yes, you aren't exactly a typical master, are you?
Master?
I'm right, but be that as it may, you are still my master. Now that our pact has been concluded,
how did he summon her?
Do anything to be
like he did draw like the summoning circle, right?
Master, will you? It's freaking me out.
Then I will call you Shiro. Yes, I think I like the sound of that name much better anyway.
Huh. Where's Rin?
Heal this wound for me.
Huh?
Nevertheless, it shouldn't hinder me in one more battle.
Hang on!
So I'm guessing it's Rin, right? You can just barely see the sword. Yeah, look at that. It's like, it's very barely visible. I don't know if you guys can see it though.
Stop it, Saber!
Also, she was the one who saved him.
I don't know who you are or why you're here, but if you stop trying to randomly
I wonder if he knows.
tell me, I'll listen.
So then, are you going to lower your sword now?
Huh.
If an enemy's before me, my sword will stay raised.
So you're telling me a servant, a saber at that, is willing to disobey her master?
Aren't you
Rin.
Tosaka?
Good evening, Emiya.
Oh wow.
Awesome. Are you kidding? I can't do anything like that.
What? You can't be serious. That's like the first thing they teach you.
He didn't learn anything.
I only know the few things that my dad taught me, and I'm afraid even that stuff is nothing formal.
So, you're a complete novice then?
Well, no. I can do reinforcement spells. That's it.
So I'm guessing you've no clue as to
I feel like she's
situation.
she's slightly envious or jealous, let's say,
It's the Holy
with
Grail Wars.
Shiro.
You recently had a stigma appear on your hand, right? Those 3
The mark.
seals are your mark as a master.
How do you know about this though?
7 masters it begins
How does
with.
she know so much about him?
The command seals give you absolute authority over them. Those seals are what makes them obey your will. They can even force them to do something they don't want to.
No way.
Each time you force them against their will, you will lose a command. So you must always keep your last.
Oh. How many do you get then?
Shiro doesn't possess nearly enough magical power to complete the process, so I can't become a spirit here.
Good grief! If I were your master, I could take care of.
I knew it. Yeah, she's gonna try and get her on her side.
Are you saying I'm not fit to be a master?
You're not even close, genius. We should get.
Don't cave in.
We're going to pay a visit to the man who oversees this whole war.
I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't trust her completely. Like Rin, I don't trust her completely. I feel like she's plotting something behind the scenes. I mean, yes, she did save Shiro, but even so, my guard is up.
To take that armor off, but you wouldn't do it.
Can't she just turn invisible like Archer?
If this church is where you'll be tonight, then I'm sure I'll be able to find you within its proximity.
His name is Kirei Kotomine. He was one.
I'm not gonna remember that in one.
Forced to put up with each other
Like at once.
And I would have preferred not to have a student who can't show her teacher respect.
I thought this was his dad. Wasn't this the guy we saw in episode 1 in that one flashback with Shiro? Like in the rain and stuff?
Well,
yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and see that again. What the heck?
And
what was that?
Listen, all this stuff about masters and Grail Wars, I don't understand any of it.
Listen to me. Being a master is not
His voice is so deep.
to the next. And once you've become a master, you can't.
Wait, what?
Not something you can hand from one person to the next.
Okay.
And once you've become a master,
So Rin cannot take possession of Saber.
you can't just walk away from it either. Those command seals on your
I thought that's what she was trying to do by bringing him here.
master is a trial that has been awarded to you. Your only option is to obtain the Grail and make your wish.
And what wish is that?
In fact, if you wanted, you could even go back in time and start your life all over.
No way. Regression.
Kirei, would you please get to the point?
He's gonna accept.
Here so that you could explain the rules to him, okay?
Here are the underlying principles behind the Grail Wars.
Okay.
A series of battles to be fought by 7 masters in conjunction with their servants.
But only the masters fight, right?
Because they wish to. It will be the genuine article. The miracles performed by the servants should be proof enough that this is real.
Okay, I have a question. So don't answer, by the way. This is just a question for myself. He said that when the Holy Grail materializes, who materializes it? Like, how does it materialize? What's the cause for its existence? Like, what's the source? You know what I mean? Like, why does it exist? Again, don't answer.
Yes, but Emiya's servant is a bit different. Because her master is an amateur, she can't take spirit for
The Grail's ability to resurrect the dead
That face.
can easily be considered, and it uses these wars to determine who is the most capable of all.
I want to see those cards again.
uses
So you have a knight. There's no names here. You have a knight. You have.
wars.
Oh wait, there are names. Okay, this is a saber.
The Grail feels
You have saber. You have lancer, rider, caster,
these wars
archer.
determine who is the most capable of all.
I can't see what that is.
Everything is carried out by the Grail.
It's something with a B. I don't know what the other two said.
Servants are the key. Therefore, the objective is to eliminate all servants but your own.
So I just gotta
So the casters or like the masters don't need to die.
servants, right?
Only the
Makes
servants
sense.
need to die.
Is the only one left. So just because you decide to fight in the Grail Wars, it doesn't actually mean that you're gonna end up dead.
Let me ask.
No, there's something more to that. I feel like that's not the end. Yeah. There has to be something more.
It's hard for other servants to defeat them. Much
Is that
an ordinary
the
master.
girl that we saw?
But
It is. The one that Shiro had seen.
servants can't exist without.
So she's the master and he okay, I thought she would be like a servant or something.
A master.
But no.
Which means
Whatever the heck that is the servant. Jeez. What is that? I guess a giant.
Command seals to form a new pact with him.
Wait, what?
it's hard for other servants to defeat them, much less an ordinary master.
Okay, so it's just Shiro that's extremely weak.
But servants can't exist without a master.
Servants cannot exist without... okay, yes.
Which means...
The easiest...
Wait, no. Servants, right?
Own servant.
Okay, no. Servants are strong, yeah. So no, okay, Shiro's not servants. Shiro is master.
Exist without a master. Which means...
The easiest way to take out a servant
is to kill the master, yes.
A master who's lost their servant, and a servant who's lost their master.
A master who's lost their servant, and servant who's lost their master.
And rejoin the battle.
Wait, so technically Rin can do that to Shiro. Wait, so now okay, now I'm even more suspicious.
If you use up your command seals, then you are relieved from your duties as master. He'll be forever branded an incompetent, or worse, an incredible fool. But if that should happen to you, I'll personally guarantee your safety. That's my responsibility.
I don't trust you.
Supervisor of these wars.
So that's what they're after, basically. They want Saber, or she wants Saber. Let's say Rin wants Saber.
I shall do my best to uphold my position. This is the 5th time that our fair city has played host to the Grail Wars.
Yeah, I have a strong feeling that they're after Saber.
In the past, the Holy Grail Wars grew to become incredibly brutal. Because of that, the Council of Mages selected a supervisor at the very beginning of the 3rd war. And that man happened to be my father.
Oh.
And so consequently, I have inherited the same post.
Wow.
Okay.
It sounds like the Grail Wars have a way of bringing out the ugly side of people.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, the earlier masters were willing to break the rules of the Magi to get what they wanted, right? So imagine if someone like that won the Grail. Just think...
If someone like that won the Grail... Wait.
People.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, the earlier masters were willing to break the rules of the Magi to get what they
Okay, the earlier masters, not the servants.
wanted, right? So imagine if someone like that won the Grail.
Yeah.
Just think of what could happen if they got their wish.
It's basic.
Short of a huge disaster.
It's just basic, like evil person wins the war, wins the battle,
Some maniac
grants their wish.
power.
Yeah.
It matters not. Our only role is to make sure the rules of war continue.
Right. basically the Geneva Convention. Like, it doesn't matter who's at war. It's just follow the rules of war.
If you take issue with that,
basically it's pointless.
then become the victor. Telling me you don't care, even if someone unfit to possess the Grail should win, knowing they could cause great...
Why are his eyes so dead?
You're saying none of these facts have piqued your interest about what happened 10 years ago. As
Oh,
the last
10 years
Grail
ago.
was coming to an end, the Grail was touched by someone who was unworthy. We have no idea what this
Which war?
Grail 10 years ago. As the last Grail War was coming
Okay.
to an end,
So, from what I gather, this is the 5th Holy Grail War, right? And so the 4th Holy Grail War
the Grail was touched
is
by
what he's
someone
talking
who was
about.
unworthy. We have no idea what this master was hoping to achieve. Yes, they say the cause of that fire is still unknown, but it's actually the scar left by the 4th Holy Grail War.
Ah,
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Yeah.
he was in that.
I'm all right. So,
The Grail was touched by someone unworthy, and the war ended. But before him,
But what does that mean?
another man who touched it. But you see, that man had done his best to avoid fighting, and so the Grail would not completely materialize. But remember what I have just told you. This man chose not to fight,
so he did not fight and kill all of the other servants, and he tried to get the Grail without killing, essentially. That's what I'm understanding from this, but it did not materialize, and so yeah.
Refused to acknowledge him as its rightful owner.
I'm afraid he's right.
So basically, like it or not, Saber or let's say like one person is going to be the only one remaining.
This guy he's referring to who tried to
My bet's on Saber,
avoid fighting last time was basically
just because she's the most popular character.
I'll ask you again.
Jeez, what's with the lighting?
Chance, Shiro Emiya. Will you or will you not be a master in the Holy Grail?
Come on, just accept. I mean, it's all just spirits fighting anyway. Yeah, spirits, summons, same thing.
Just stand by and let that happen again.
Well, that's settled. Okay, let's go then.
Was this a plan all along?
My son, you have a chance to make your...
This was their plan all along, to get him into this whole thing.
So please, stop pretending you don't know this. It's a conflict that's been going on within human beings for centuries.
I've helped you as much as I can.
I'm guessing what he meant by that is he's talking something about his past, about Shiro's past.
Oh, please, don't flatter.
Like he knows about his past.
Shiro.
The giant? Yes, it is. Is she after Saber?
Hello again, mister. This makes it the second time that we've met.
Okay, so they did meet, and it wasn't just like it wasn't just in his dreams or something. Like they did actually meet. I need clarification on one thing. He said something about the previous Grail, like someone unworthy obtaining the Grail in the previous war, right? And my question is, you get, or from what I understand, like you get one wish after you get the Grail, right? Like the Holy Grail, you get a wish. What did he wish for? And what did every other person who's like in the past wish for? So is it like basically I'm gonna compare this to an anime that I watched, which is Undead Unluck, right? Like you basically like establish rules, right? If you lose I don't know how, I don't remember what it was like, but basically when you lose, the universe establishes some rules, and it just happens. Like the rules just happen. They don't, like nobody knows what changes those are. Like nobody knows what those changes are. And so my question is, when someone makes a wish, like when someone gets the Grail and makes a wish, does everyone know what that wish is? Does everyone know that a wish has been made? Right? Like, for example, if someone says, like, I'm just taking this as an example, right? If someone says this country just never existed ever, right? If that's the wish, like if someone says Japan never existed, well, would people know that Japan never existed, or would people know that someone wished for that, or is it just as if Japan never existed at all? Like nobody knows that. Like nobody knows that wish was made. Is it basically what I'm trying to say is, does it change the timeline completely, or does it change the timeline going forward? Right? Is that how the wish basically works? That's the only question I have. Don't answer the question. Again, like I said, this is all just rhetorical questions to me. I just want to figure it out myself. But that's my main question that I have with this episode, with episode 3. Okay. Let's watch episode 4, and this might be the last one that I watch, episode 4. Yeah, this is a flashback. Okay, how are you gonna get out of this? I'm a little hungry. I haven't had lunch since I woke up.
Well, hello again, mister. This makes the second time that we've met. This is nice to meet you, Rin. My name's Elia. Elia Spiel von Einsburn. You know who I am, right?
Elia.
Von Einsburn?
There's no point in knowing everybody's name. In just a few minutes, you'll all be dead. Okay, hope you're ready to die. Go get him, Berserker!
Berserker. Berserker was the class that I missed earlier. Remember when I was reading the cards? Yeah, that was the class that I missed. Yeah, just a brute. I want to know more. I want to know more about this invisible sword that she has. She's fast. He's fast. He's gonna stop her. Yeah, Shiro's gonna stop her. I feel like he's not gonna allow anyone to die. Injured? Oh, it's the injury from before. Yeah. Okay. Some magic, I guess.
This thing's body made of, it's impenetrable.
I mean, it is a berserker. From what I understand, my thoughts of berserkers are like they do receive damage, but they don't feel the pain, right? Like that's how I see berserkers. It's not that they don't take damage. Oh. That's a lot of black. That's a lot of blood. Red eyes. I wanted to go back to make sure if I was like tripping or something, but no, she has red eyes now. Power up. We're getting a power up.
Why did you do this?
I mean, she's a servant. Seems like she's very like loyal and stuff. Like that's one of her qualities.
The servant you summoned up is a Greek hero? No way!
Yep, my servant is none other than the famous Hercules.
No way.
Hercules? That's
God killer. Didn't Hercules kill like so many gods according to mythology? So I take back what I just said. Hercules did not kill any gods. And I don't know why I said that. I think I was thinking of someone else in that moment. But no, he did not kill any gods.
Finish her up, Berserker. She'll just regenerate, so chop off her head and put her out of her misery.
Also, I was expecting Hercules to look, I don't know, a little more, you know, handsome. Not like that. No, I think, yes.
Right.
Yeah, I knew that Shiro was gonna stop all of this.
Leave her alone!
This is dumb. I'm just gonna say it, like this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen him do. But like he does have a hero complex, right? So this fits. This is like well within his personality.
Shiro!
He has like that big hero complex. He's not dead.
Come on, Berserker.
And she's just gonna leave?
Rin, just so we're clear, next time we meet...
She knows Rin. So she knows Rin, she knows Rin. It looks like she knows Shiro somehow. It's like everyone knows Shiro, but he doesn't know any of them. Who is this?
What were you thinking, running in there like that?
Is he okay?
Did you really think you were gonna be able to save her?
Wait, what? Wait, so is he alive? Or is she gonna use one of those, like, stone thingies, those jewels, to save him? I think that's what's gonna happen. She's gonna save him.
I see. Well, I guess it probably won't happen for you then.
No.
This music?
Probably won't.
Lacrimosa?
You just leave it to me. I'm gonna make that dream of yours come true.
I was not expecting to hear this in an anime. But it fits this moment. Yeah. It fits so well with this moment. And the visuals too. I should go back and see what they were saying.
Realization sooner.
Something about heroes. Yeah, heroes don't last long.
The harder it is to be one.
Okay, so he's dying, I'm guessing, right?
But I've still got plenty.
So did he just die like naturally, like a natural death?
Thank you. That's a relief, son.
He's just calm. Why did he start crying then? Yeah, what's with this? And he's alive, of course. Oh.
What's that blood about?
Internal bleeding? Or...
This happened last night?
Oh, good morning. I hope you're not upset, but I decided to let myself in.
Wait, so where's the other... Where are the others?
What are you doing here?
Like Saber.
If you're going to insist on using tea bags, at least use the triangular ones.
Why?
Just what are you doing?
What's wrong with that?
Don't I at least deserve a little thank you for carrying you all the way home last night?
They reminded me of tea and I had to drink the rest of mine. I feel like Archer had carried him. Yeah, that was a dumb thing to do. I'm sorry. So did she save him again?
Your wounds just started to heal on their own afterwards.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
From what I can tell, Saber seems to have the ability to regenerate on her own. So
I
maybe
see.
your body has found some way to tap into that.
So only the outer injuries are recovered, not the inner injuries. That's what Saber had said, right, when she healed her own wound.
It's theoretically impossible for
That he's only
to transfer magical
healed on the outside.
Want to. For a sec. If you die, then Saber goes away too.
Yeah, but he has a hero complex, so...
So, Emiya...
All this holy grail crap means nothing to me.
I expected as much. Yeah, same here.
Listen up. If Saber hears that, she'll kill you.
She will?
Wake up, Emiya.
What do servants have to benefit from this war? Because so far from what it seems, only the masters gain... get the grail, right? So what's in it for the servants?
You think servants do this without any ulterior motives?
Yeah, I want to know what that is.
It isn't just the masters who get their wish granted if they win the grail.
I see.
Too, remember? Why else would they answer their master's summons?
So two people get a wish.
But Saber is just as human as I am. She lost tons of blood.
Is she?
They seem alive, but they're not.
Yeah.
When they die, they just go back to where they came from.
Like they're already dead, right? Like they're just summons.
What I'm trying to get at here is that some masters force their servants to eat innocent people's souls just to increase their level of magical power.
I see.
Servants go around eating people?
So is that why Lancer is killing a lot of people? To save... to sustain itself, to sustain himself.
So what are you gonna do? You're not willing to attack a master, but if he does something wrong, then you'll defeat him?
Yeah, that seems like it's a little too late.
That master we ran into last night will hunt us until she kills us.
Last night, a berserker.
The servant
They have two enemies now. They have Lancer and they have Berserker as the enemies.
Is way beyond anything we can handle. If we sit and wait, we're dead.
And then we have three more classes remaining, right? Which is Caster,
I just remember who the servant was.
and other two that I can't remember off the top of my head.
With us last night, and she was just toying with us last night. You never let your opponent know your servant's true identity. It exposes their vulnerabilities.
Oh, makes sense, I guess. Makes sense. Yeah, Hercules wouldn't look like that.
Well, the last I recall, we are still enemies.
But no, they're not enemies. She saved him clearly, right? She saved him for a reason. And so, yeah, I don't think they're enemies. I do think she has ulterior motives.
To say thank you.
It doesn't she has ulterior motives. It doesn't necessarily have to be bad, right? They could be good ulterior motives.
A word of advice. You've got to stop thinking of us masters as human beings, Emiya.
Well, now that I've committed to being a part of the Holy Grail Wars, I've got to come up with a way to outmuscle these guys. And depending on how I do that, innocent people...
And not just outmuscle, like you have to change your mentality completely. Like he is such a wimp right now. I'm sorry, but like it's just the way I see him. Like he's such a wimp. He's so weak mentally and physically. Like it just doesn't make sense.
Don't come up with something.
There needs to be some sort of character development. I really hope he has some sort of character development.
He's wrong. She was hurt so bad she could barely stand, but she still thought about me. Oh my god, where is she?
Right. Oh hey, the friend.
Well, good morning, Sakura.
Good morning. What brings you out so early?
Is she gonna...
Sleep and get up in the morning just like everyone else does.
That's not what I meant.
Is she gonna say that she was at Shiro's house?
I'm just out for a walk. That's all.
She smells like blood.
Oh. I'm sorry, for a moment I thought she was gonna say she smells like Shiro.
Hello, Sakura. Good morning to ya. This is gonna completely wipe away all my stress. You know I'm gonna want seconds.
Is she gonna visit Shiro? Oh, he's searching for a saber. Is she invisible? Kind of like Archer?
I haven't looked.
Storage? Or... dojo? Yeah, that looks like a dojo. How'd she get a uniform? Careful there, Shiro. This does not look like 2006, by the way. This looks incredible. Like the art.
I see you're up and around.
It's almost wallpaper worthy.
Woke up a few minutes ago.
You still don't look as if you're entirely well to me.
Okay.
I prefer my master to not do what you did yesterday.
Protect her. Yeah.
I'd prefer it if you would focus on the areas in which you excel. There is
So what does he excel at? Like, what do you mean by that?
Still prefer that I go by your class name and call you Saber?
Please, we have forged a pact as master and servant, and I shall be true to that pact until we've met our goal.
Yeah, but like, don't you have a name?
Goal for you is to win the Grail War?
Shiro.
Nothing. Forget about it. I gotta say this, Saber. Your chances
What was that reply?
pretty slim.
So are you telling me that
Shiro, like what?
lack the will to fight?
No, I intend to fight. Regardless of...
I just want to say, like, this art is actually incredible. There's one thing I would say, like, change. It is too bright. You know what I mean? Like, it's way too bright, overexposed. Like, look at the hair. It's too much.
Up here,
The glare is too much.
It's just...
But apart from that, the art looks incredible.
If attacking an unarmed person is something I can't abide by, doing that would violate my oath as a knight.
She's a knight. I expected that. With like how she behaved and stuff.
However, if my master were to order me to do such a thing, I would have to obey him.
He's not going to. Let's be honest. It would be interesting if he does do it. You know, like if he does cross that line that he doesn't want to cross. Like that would be... It would make for an interesting story, let's say. But I don't think he would want to do that necessarily.
Pay for that order with the loss of one of the...
But yeah, it would be interesting to see if he would... To see if he would cross some lines.
I didn't mean to insult you just now, but I did.
No, it's not you who should be apologizing. I completely misread what you were saying and then jumped to the wrong conclusion.
But we're gonna muddle through this and come out ahead, okay?
Saber's a very interesting character.
That's good.
Okay. For a moment I thought that that spirits or summons would need to eat.
You haven't eaten yet. Hunger is the enemy. Let's eat.
Also, I've noticed that a lot of these episodes don't have endings.
Is something wrong?
Which is, I don't know, it's interesting.
It just dawned on me. Are you gonna be okay eating Japanese food?
Yes, I will gladly...
Okay, so they do need sustenance.
Extravagance.
Saber is far from a cold-blooded killer.
I have quite a bit to say about this episode.
Well,
In about 5 seconds. There we go. Okay, look, I feel like Shiro as a character is extremely naive and cringe. Like I'm just being honest. Like he is extremely cringe as a character. He does not stand up for himself. He's extremely weak mentally and physically. On one hand, it's like on one hand you have I'm like, okay, this leaves room, like this means like there's room for development, right? Like character development, and a large amount of character development. Like that's one hand. And on the other hand, it's like, why are you this weak? Like, why are you doing this? Why are you not standing up for yourself, right? Like it's like two different sides. And I don't know, I feel like I stand in the middle, where like some places I can understand, like some things I can understand, but like some in some scenes he just goes overboard, right? Like he just seems like he seems too cringe, like it's overly cringe. And I feel like that's when I don't like him. Actually, no, I wouldn't say don't like him. That's when I feel like, actually, yeah, that's when I don't like him. Like straight up, I don't like him in those scenes where he's overly cringe. But I think I'm gonna stop here for now. Episode 4. That seemed like a good enough place to stop. No cliffhangers, no nothing. The next one looks like there's gonna be a battle between two magi. Yeah, magi. And it says part 1, part 2. Yeah, so I'm guessing this will be in 2 parts. And so I don't know if I'm going to react to part 1 and 2 in one video, and then do part 7 separately, or episode I should say, episode 7 separately. But we'll see. We'll talk about that when we get to that episode. But for now, I really hope you enjoyed my reaction to episode 1 through 4. There's going to be a lot of cutting down, like clipping out stuff, because I cannot just upload the whole episode, right? I'm gonna get copyright struck, and there is gonna be a really dark bar on the episode for copyright reasons, of course. But I'm gonna try my best and not to not overly do it, like overly darken the screen and cut out a lot of important stuff. If you think that I could improve these videos, right, and feedback, like again, feedback will always be appreciated. And so if you have anything that you want to say, feedback, constructive, right, any constructive feedback, feel free to just go ahead and leave them down in the comments. I'm going to respect that. Like, I don't mind constructive feedback. And so if you think I should, pause less, I'm willing to read your comments. It's not that I'll listen to it straight up, but like I'm willing to listen to your reasoning and stuff, right? And if you have any ideas on how I should pause and stuff, that's all going to be accepted. But ultimately, this is my channel. I'm going to react to how I want to. I'm going to watch how I want to, and it's ultimately just going to be for my enjoyment. And so I will consider it, but just feel free to leave as long as you're not being a dick, right? Feel free to comment down below. But yeah, that's all for now, and I hope you enjoyed. I don't know when the next one is going to be, but yeah, subscribe and stay tuned. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.